Hello and how are you? My name is Muiindo, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate to you the management system of charity that we have created. But before I start demonstrating, I would like to inform you that we chose to use WordPress technology. The reason why we chose to use WordPress technology is because we believe that this company has plans of making even a public website or its own public website, where other people will come and visit and read about the company, contact the company, or the whole information or the news about the company will be published. So that's why we chose to use WordPress website. WordPress technology, because when you will reach that level of creating a public website, or when you will decide to create a public website, it will be simple to shift or to implement the public website. But it's not that we use WordPress templates or WordPress plugins. No, we created our own plugin, or we programmed the WordPress itself to accomplish the task of managing charity organization, just like the way you gave us the rules or you gave us your conditions. So in simple terms, we have used WordPress programming, not WordPress just designing. No, we have programmed WordPress so that when you decide to make a company website, it will be simple for us to implement now the public side. So that's how we chose WordPress. So with that much said, let us start looking at what the management system can do. So of course you'll have to log in order to access anything in the system. So to log in, I've created a simple test account. So I'll just simply enter test, and the password is test. So you can display this password or you can hide it. So that is the username and password. So if you want to remember the password, you can remember. So let me log in by simply clicking on login. So when you log in, you land on this page, and this is your profile. Like I told you, that WordPress is a powerful technology, and we can use it to make anything we want if you understand really how to program WordPress. So majority of things are made by WordPress itself, and the security is maintained by WordPress itself. But for us, we program it and add more features that we want, just like the one that we have created today. So this is your profile, the one who've logged in. So if you want to modify your name, your password, you can even change the email, but you change it carefully in a way that it won't cause a crash. So I've logged in. Now I'm able to access the inside information. So what I'm going to do at this moment, I'm going to show you what are the features. So we have this menu here, the right hand side menu. The left hand side menu, the administrator dashboard menu. It has different features that will give us capabilities to navigate through the system. First of all, we can collapse this menu or expand it using this toggle link. How we can create our profile. See, here you can manage your profile. You can even modify the colors if you want to change the colors to different colors. So you can change there, but I'll leave it default. Then you have the media, all the information that will be uploading, whether it's a PDF or a picture or anything, they'll be coming here under the media library. Then you have dashboard. This dashboard is where the updates of WordPress will be appearing. Then you have location. So location, this is where our system starts from. And then you have centers. We'll explain what is centers. You have caregivers. I'll explain what is caregivers. And then we have the children section. I'll explain what this does. Then you have this these are links of WordPress. Don't mind about them, but you can remove them with time. If you want, you can remove them, but for now just leave them the way they are. Then you have this is main website. Like when you decide to create now a public website, we'll be clicking here and it will be taking us to main website. But since you have not decided to make a public website, even if you click here, we will not allow you to access that site. It will return you back to the management system part. Then here, in case you want to upload a new file or a new PDF or a new document or a new picture, you can come here to new, and then you can add a new picture. So with that much said, now let us look at the real system itself. That was just introduction and navigation. Then if you want to log out, you see your account is here. You can edit your profile or you can log out. Okay, so with that much said, now let us start looking at the system itself. So first of all, the system is for managing children under charity. So you have to organize it in a way that you can simply categorize these children. So just like the document that you sent to me, first of all you need to create a location, because when you create a child, you will depend on on a location. Then after creating a location, you create centers. After creating centers, you create caregivers, and after creating caregivers, then you create you create a child. So you can see here the navigation starts from bottom here in locations, and these are the information about location. Then you have you have centers, and then you have caregivers, and then children. So we'll begin with locations, because a child will be in a certain location, so you have to create your own locations. So I'll click on here, location. So when you click on location, you see you'll have to first create a district. So to create a district, I've already created this district. Let me delete it and create it again. So I'll delete a district for now and then create it afresh. So we have one district, and you cannot delete a district, that if there is only one remaining district, you cannot just delete it. So let me create a first district or another district. So I'll create a district called Kasese, and then I'll use it just to demonstrate. So begin by creating districts, then you create sub-counties, then you create villages. So once you create those ones, then we'll be able to then we'll have created location. So let me begin by creating add new. So here is a form where I can add new district. So district name, let me say it is Kasese district. So I'll just add Kasese, and then here I can say details about details about Kasese. So here you can write details about Kasese if you want to modify. So I'll add new district. So in add new district, you can see a message is here that I've successfully added a new district, and you can see here there is one new district called Kasese. Let me zoom into that, you can see properly. Okay, there we go. I think there you can see clearly if I zoom in like that. Okay, so after adding that district, we'll see what is. So after adding a district, next we'll have add a sub-one that we can add as the many districts that where you're supporting the children, but for now I'm just using this one as for demonstration. So you can view district, you can delete it, and steps are pretty forward. So you can update this district, you can even edit it. So let me come back here to districts. So let me create now a sub-county and add it in this district. So you can create as many districts as you want, okay, where your company is. So I click on sub-county, and then this is the sub-counties. Now I'm going to create a new sub-county. Let me delete this one because the one that I understand properly. So I'll delete the sub-county. Let me add a new sub-county. So I'll come here, add new sub-county. I simply click on add new sub-county. So here I'm under sub-counties. So since a sub-county is inside a district, that's why I said that you have to begin by creating a district. So since a sub-county is under a district, you'll see here we'll have selected a district where our sub-county is belonging. So let me create a sub-county called Bora sub-county. That's the sub-county where I come from. So I'll click and say it is inside Kasese district. Then I'll put here details of Bora Bora sub-county. So the details come here. Okay. So I'll add this district, this sub-county, and then you'll see the message you've successfully added this sub-county. So you can delete, you can modify them later. Okay, you can view, you can delete. So after creating a sub-county, now what next? We have created a village. So you can create as many sub-counties as you want where your company is existing. Then we can create a village. So create a village, you simply click on your village, and then you'll see add new here. So these are the villages that are there. Okay, so let me create one more village. Let me just simply click on this add to create a village. You see this one is enabled. So let me create a village called Rusese village. So this Rusese is in Bora sub-county. So if you click here, you'll see the sub-counties are here. Can you see? So I'll say this Rusese is inside Bora sub-county, and then I can say Rusese details. So all the details about Rusese will come here. So there I'm creating what? I'm creating locations where I'll allocate children, and these locations, even though the system might be having a little features for now, but when we want to expand the system, it will help us to know more about a child. We'll know his village, his district, the information about them. That's why we begin with a very good foundation of creating all the information about the location of a child, or location of a certain module that will be in this system. So I hope you've understood. So if you want to see all the locations, so villages, you click there. So here I'll be displaying the numbers of children that are inside that village. Okay, so you see, you can add more villages. So if you come here to sub-counties, and you see a sub-county is under what? A district. And you come to district, you see a district is under what? A sub-county is the most top. So that is the locations. So once you understand you know how to create locations, then we can proceed. After creating locations that your company is going to support, then I'm going to proceed to what? To centers, because the children will be in centers. Okay, so we're going to create now centers according to what you sent to me. You have to create also centers. So I click on a center. So I click on center, then you see there's some center that I put just for testing. Let me add another center. So I simply click on add new center, and then I can say maybe Rusese main center, or I can say Kasese main center. Kasese main center. So I can put a Kasese main center details. So here can write more anything that you want about that center. So I've added this center, and there it is. So I've added this center successfully, and there it is. So after creating a center, I can add more as I want. I can preview a center, I can update it, I can edit all of them. So after adding a center, so you see I'm coming from down like this. Then I have to create a what? A caregiver. And remember, these location and centers, you just create them, I think, once, and then you will be able to reuse them. The reason why I put that this location management is that I don't want you to repeat every time when you add a student, or when you add a child, you tell where it's coming from by writing. No, I don't want you to do that. That's why I create it flexible, so that you can add anytime, you can remove anytime, and when you add a child, you'll just relate to the district or the locations that you've added before. So after creating a center, I've seen how to create a center. So you can create as many centers as you want, or the centers where your company is. So I'll have to create a caregiver. So I'll click on caregiver, because a child will be under what? A caregiver. So before you create a child, you first create a caregiver. So let me add a new caregiver. So there are some other caregiver that I used for testing. So let me say Bira, that's the first name. I say last name, Bira Sumaya, and then the telephone, maybe it is +88016. Okay, so let me put it maybe telephone, maybe +256, whatever. Then the email, okay, let me just put my email, and then I can now select the village or the location of this caregiver. So I'll select maybe this caregiver is coming from this location. Then I can add a picture of this caregiver. Okay, so click to add a picture. You just simply click here, and then to launch for you the location, a place where you can select pictures from. So you can either select a picture that is already existing in the library, or you can add new picture at the moment. So if you want to select a picture that's already existing in the library, just simply click on this tab, and then we'll see all the pictures that you had uploaded before, so you can reuse them. Okay, you can reuse them, or you can upload a new picture. So I click on upload files, and then I'll be able to do to select a picture. Let me select another picture. Let me select this one. Okay, so I can give this picture name if I want to be able to search it later, but if I want to search it later, there's no need to give it a name. But if I want to search it later, maybe to know where it is, I can give this picture a name after it finishes to upload. Here you can rename it. I don't think it's active. So after selecting the picture, then you say select. After uploading the picture, then say select. Then you see the picture will be here. Okay. So we have created a caregiver's profile. Then just add new caregiver, and then you see this new caregiver has been created. So you can see here Abira Sumaya has been created. Okay, so as time goes, we will be able to improve on this system. This is the first version, you know. When you create a software, you begin with the basic version, but with time, if you allow us to maintain, or if you employ us to maintain the system, you can add more features where the pictures will be here of a caregiver and the rest information. But this is the basic information that you asked for. So you see the caregiver is there. If I want to view the details about the caregiver, just click on them, and then I'll see the details. I can even do what I can update those details if I want. So those are caregivers, so you can create as many as you want. So what are we preparing? We are preparing for the final entity, which is a child that is going to be supported. But remember, this child will depend on on location, will depend on a center, will depend on on a caregiver. That's why we begin with those ones. Otherwise, you cannot add a child before you add a caregiver, and you cannot add a child before add a location, because when you're adding a child, it will ask you to enter the location of that child, and if you have not added the location of that child, then it will be impossible. Okay, so with that much said, I hope you've understood how to create a caregiver. So now let us go ahead and create a child. So I click on the child. First of all, I'll see a list of all children. Okay, so don't mind about this one. I created a lot of dummy data to elaborate the functionality of the system, but let us go straight to add a child, then you'll come back here to the children later. So I can either click on add child, or I can click on this one to add new child. Oh, something is okay, add a child here, add child here. Okay, using this link. The other one I'll fix it. Okay, so when you add a child, this is the form that you'll get when you're adding a child. Okay, this is the form of adding child. First of all, you have to enter the first name of a child. So I'm going to enter the first name. Let me enter myself. Okay, Muiindo, and then the last name Barak, and then my gender, I'm male, and maybe my date of birth, maybe let me just select here 1990, maybe 94, or maybe August. Okay, there we go. And I can August 1994. Okay, so can now select the date 18th. So you can play around that calendar. So you see, that's my date of birth. So I've created the date of birth. So after creating those, then I have to create my zone. I don't know what's meant by zone, but it was in it was in the file that you sent to me. So add zone, whereas zone, maybe I don't know what's meant by zone. Okay, so whereas zone, and then registration number. So maybe this one you have to enter it manually from your books. So I enter registration number, maybe 001 or 008, whatever. So I'll enter the school, my school. I wanted to add management system for the school, but I said let me leave the school part. In case you want the second version of this software, then you'll have to add that school part. But for now, we'll be entering schools manually. So let me say Vera SS, Vera Secondary School, and then my class, also the classes, maybe primary 6 or P6 or whatever. Primary, again I say secondary. That is let me S5. Okay, so this school part also, the class part, we can also make for each management system, like you can manage the classes, but that can come in the next version in case to be necessary, because it can help you to categorize. So after creating those, now I have to select a village. You see what I was saying? You have to create these villages, but if we had not created these villages before, we couldn't be able to add those the village. So as you can see here, the village is listed by the village name, the sub-county, and the district. Okay, and then a center. Remember, we had created some centers there. So I'll select a center where this child is. So let me say maybe main center, main center. and then caregiver. I'll select the caregiver. Remember, the caregivers have already created them. So these caregivers, they're having IDs. Okay, you see, these are the IDs of caregivers. When you delete the caregiver, its ID will disappear. Or click on this view, and then you come here to the link. To the link bar or the URL bar. You will see the ID of a caregiver to uniquely identify that caregiver. That's why you see when I click on caregiver here, I see the IDs in brackets. So let me say the caregiver is Muiindo. I forgot to put the second name, but I'm going to fix it. Okay, let me say it is Muiindo or Bira. Okay, so I'll fix this one. It's supposed to be first name and second name. So here we put the caregiver, and then put the relationship of this caregiver, maybe sister or mother, or you can say stepmother or whatever. Okay, so after putting that relationship, then you have to add a picture of this child if you want to. So click on add here to add a picture. Just like what I told you, you can use the existing picture or you can upload a new picture. So let me upload a new picture by simply clicking on upload files, or you can even drag and drop here a picture. So let me upload a file. Let me select let me say this is the man. Okay, so I'll select that man, and then you see that's the picture of a child. Then I select child, then you can see the picture is there. Then after I add new child, so to process, and then you see a new child was added successfully, and I'm taken to the table of children. Okay, so that's how basically we create a child. You can add as many child as you want by simply clicking on this button here. I'm going to fix this one also. I don't know why it is. So that's how we add that's how we add a child. So if you refresh again, see that notification will go. So now this is a table that is showing all children that have been added. Okay, let me zoom it out, but you can zoom it in if you want to see it clearly. So here is a table. First of all, I have children to show, and you can access this table at this point. So you have children, you can add new, you can search. I'll show you how to search. Now I created a lot of dummy data. I created just a function that populates this dummy data for just testing. So I created a lot. This edge I did it in opposite. In fact, I'll switch it, so and this negative will disappear. So we can add a new child, we can search a child, and we can filter by the village. If I want to see children in a specific village, for example, I want to see the children only in Bura, I can also filter by the village here. In fact, I'll put filter by village. I'll put that word filter by village. So I can filter a child in a certain village, and then we'll see them. Okay, we'll come back to that. So, and this is the list of children. Okay, we can also sort the children by names. We can sort by gender. So if you want to see only children being sorted by names first, we just simply click on this name, and then you'll see they are organized in descending order. And if you want to see children by name in ascending order, just click there, and then you see the children organized in ascending order. Let me zoom in so that you can see properly again. Okay, so we have the gender. You can see if you want to see only the female first or male first, you can sort from here. You can sort also by the age. If you want to see the eldest and maybe the youngest, you can sort from here by simply clicking here, and then it will sort them. If you want to see by the village names, you can also sort from here. You can see the center where this children is located at this point. You can see the registration, the date when this child was added to the system. You can also see it from here. You can as well sort it. For example, if you want to see the most latest added children, you see they're here. This is the one that we just added right now. And if you want to sort in descending, you see the most latest children that we've just added, it is here. So you can sort from here by just simply clicking on the column name. Then we have here some actions that you can perform on a particular child. We can view a child, we can edit a child, we can delete a child. But before we come to that, let us first look at this table and complete it. We have here, you see, I added a lot of items. There are 1,700 different children that I added. I used just some programming to add them. So you can see we see 50 per page. There at the moment we see 50 per page, because if this table becomes too huge, we may not be able to browse them. it will be hard, or the system will be too slow. So we decide to show 50%, 50 per what, per page. So you can change here to go to another page. You see that is page 2, and you see the children have been added there. And you can go to another page, you see page 3, and the children have been added here, and the filtering, it will remain the same. So you see, you can navigate from different pages to different pages. So another way to browse, you can search a child. So we have already looked at a filter, but before we look at a search, let us look at a filter. So you can filter, for example, if you want the children only of Bwera, so I click here on Recess Bwera, and then you see it will bring only children that are located in this location, and you can see it is only one child that I added previously that is in this location. So if you have many locations, you can sort and filter the children in specific locations that you want. So with that much said, you can remove the filter, and then everything will appear again, just like that. Okay, so with that much said, you can sort everything. Let us search. Okay, to search, I hope you're understanding. I'm too fast, but I hope you're understanding the concept. You can search. So if I want to search maybe Muiindo, I can simply type in Muiindo, and I search. I'm going to look for the children with the word Muiindo, with the name Muiindo in their names, and you see all the Muiindos are being returned. Maybe if I want to search maybe those with the word SMUM, you see SUM, maybe those Mayas, you see they'll come, and you see we're having 325 Sumayas. I mean the names with the word Sum, and then you can also navigate, because you're showing 50 per what, 50 per page. So you can even search. You can even search. So with that much said, I hope I've understood how to use this table of what, of children. Of children. The table of children, I made it a little bit powerful compared to other tables. Why? Because it is the main purpose for the system. But in the other version, in the coming version, or the coming version of this software, you can decide, and we make even other tables to be more powerful, like this one. Now let us look at one child that we just added right now. Okay, let us first look at one child, just a random child. So I can click on this view child, and then to bring me a profile of this particular child. You see the name is here, the gender, and the date of birth, the age. In fact, this age function is having some problem. I'm going to fix it. The age of this child, the registration number of this child, the zone, the school, the class, the village, the center, the caregiver is here, and relationship with the caregiver. The caregiver, it is twice, I'll fix this one. The email of a caregiver, and the contact of a caregiver, and the photo of a what, of a child. I think that's what you asked for. You can delete this child, you can edit this child, you can even print by simply clicking Ctrl P, and then to print the information of this child. So if you want to edit this child, just simply click on edit, and then to take you back to the form of this child, and everything that you put before about this child, it will be filled, and then will be just modify where necessary. You can even change the picture of this child. So let me go back to children, and I preview the previous child that we just added. So to simply browse to that child, I'll just simply click on the what, on date registered, and then to sort them in descending order of the date registered of these children. So this is the child that we just added. So I just simply click on what, on view, or I can simply click directly on edit, and then be able to do what, to delete this, to edit this child. And you can see the child and the picture have been displayed. I can even delete this child if I want. So if I click on delete, it will first give me a warning. Are you sure you want to delete this child? Oh, let me come here. I think this link, I've not linked it, but I'll link it. So if I click on delete, it will ask me, are you sure I want to delete this guy? So if I say go ahead and delete this account of this child, and then to be able to remove this child from my system. There were 760, they're now 759, 1759. So that's it, and that's how the system is. So in simple terms, you can even preview what, a profile of a child, and you can even delete a child. You can add a new child, you can add a child with a photo or without a photo. It will all work. For example, let me show you some dummy data of a child without a photo. Let me just pick a child at random. If I click here on view, you see a child, if it does not have a photo, a name with the child's name with its the first letter of child's name will appear here, and then I can edit this child if I want to edit, and maybe I want to add a photo on this child, so I just simply click on this, and then I can use the existing photo, or I can upload a new photo, and then I say update. Then you see I click on update. Let me give this as a caregiver. Before these children, I don't give them what, even locations. So update a child. What is missing? A sister, because this dummy data that I created, they didn't have what? They didn't have they didn't have location. I just use a program, so they are missing something. Okay, it is updating, I think. You see, it has successfully updated, and it has added a photo on this child. So lastly, if you want to access all the files, so you can even use this system to store the documents of the children. So if you want to update the documents of the children, just come here to media. You'll see all the files that we've been uploading in this section of media. You can even add new media by simply click on add new, and you'll be able to upload, whether it is a profile of a child, whether it is company document, whether it's what, and all of them will be organized in this media, and you can reuse them again and again and again, and it can be just an archive for the company. So you can reuse them, you can download them, you can print them, so you can do anything. For example, see I'm in section of media. If I click here and then I want to download this one, see the link is here, just simply click here on link. If I click on view and then say save, I'll be able to do what? To save this file. So that's it, and that's how the system is. And let us summarize it all, let us wrap it up all, and then we'll conclude this video. We'll have finished this video. Before we wrap it, I'd like to inform you that you can also, it is also responsive on a mobile. So that's what I was saying, that it will be simple for us to shift and create a public website for the company if we use this technology. It is responsive on a what? On a mobile. So here I'm switching to a mobile, and you see, let me remove this inspector. See, this is how to look like on Samsung Galaxy. It will look like this. For example, let me go back home to children. Let me reset it. Okay, if I go back to children, you see, remove this inspector. Okay, you see, this is super responsive to what? To mobile phone. You see, really responsive. So you can click here to see the menu. See, a menu can add. So even if you're with the mobile phone at home, anywhere, you can be able, again, you can be able to go ahead and use the what? Use the system. You don't need a computer all the time. So you can preview. See, this is the list of children. So if you want to see more information about a child, so you can click on this, and then you see the rest information about a child. Yeah? You see, really powerful. You can even navigate to another page, something like this. You can even preview child's profile. Let me click on view child profile. You see, that is child profile. So because it's on a mobile phone right now, and then we have to reduce everything to mobile phone responsiveness. So let me click here. You can click here, edit a child. You can edit a child. So that's how it look like on a Samsung Galaxy. Get here another child with a picture. So you can click here to see more information about the child. You can sort everything using what? Using a mobile phone. The profile picture will be down. Okay. Also, you can what do you want to say? You can, I want to tell you something. I forgot it. Okay. So okay, on iPhone it will look like this, and this is how it look like on the iPad. Because to the children, you see, this is how it look like on the iPad. Let me go to the children's section. See, that's how it look like on iPad, and this is how it look like on iPhone. Okay, so it is super responsive. It is really responsive to the mobile phone. And let me remove this mobile responsive setting. So now that's it. Now let us make a conclusion. So we have used WordPress technology to program the system. And the reason is it will be simple for the company to, or it will be simple for us when you make a public website. It will be just adding some few things, and then we'll be able to come up with the public website, and all of them will be in one system. This system also it is responsive, as you've seen, and then we can also manage the files or the media. We can reuse, and you can use it even as an archive using this media section that I've shown you. Now, to conclude, you have to set the system first, and to set the system first is you have to set the locations where the company is existing. And to set a location, you begin with the district. And the steps are pretty forward. District, add new district. Come to sub-counties, add new sub-counties, and you come to villages, add new villages, like that. Then you have caregivers. You set the caregivers because the final module is a child, and then you have to make sure that the child is ready to be added before you start adding children. So you add the caregivers first with their contacts and the information just as I've shown, and then you come to children, and then these children you'll be able to go ahead and add the children, and you can navigate through their profiles just like I've told you, by filtering or by sorting, just like I have shown you. Filtering by name, sorting by name, by gender, by age, by registration date. You can edit, you can delete a child, you can filter, you can search. So thank you for watching. I hope you've understood everything. If you want to log out, just simply click here and then say log out, then to log you out. And if you want to log in again, you have to click on login and then be able to log in. I hope you've understood everything, and thank you for watching.